In this episode of Sicpvp, we got some twin peak action, and I talk about some of the 4.3 changes to red. What's up guys? First episode of Sicpvp, got some twin peaks action on my red pally. This is actually my second take. I tried the first one to try to play while talking. Something I thought I could do. Unfortunately, I can't. There was a lot of awkward moments when I was trying to focus, so this is the way I'm going to do it from now on. I'm also going to be talking about some of the 4.3 changes that are coming to ret pallies that have been announced so far as of October 8th. So gonna get into that. So real quick, just taking a quick scan to see what I'm coming up against. I see about 3 or 4 peeps. Try to decide whether to engage and just say screw it. Jump right in there. I see a warrior. I see a DK. I see a rogue. Another rogue shows up. Wait, too many rogues for me. So I start jumping on one, trying to eliminate one of them. Start getting on him hard. Free exorcist right there. And I start anticipating the hammer. And right there, vanish with an inch of his life. So I gotta finish off this rogue that I'm on right there. Oh, look at that. He's in the Ring of Frost, as you can see. I finish off this rogue right here. Hammer for him. Get on the one that got away. Finish him off. I heard my little lady said Lichborn, so I tried to fear that DK. Unfortunately, nothing happened, so I just tried to attack. I tried to hunger and code. Got on this Ali Shaman. So some of the changes that are happening for 4.3, one thing that's really supposed to be affecting Holy, but I'm a little bummed out about, is the whole thing with Holy Radiance that it has a 3-second cast time and you have to have someone targeted. I'm a little bummed out about that for the simple fact that I use that from time to time to help with damage mitigation, especially when there's like a cluster of people, like, you know, just to help. That just any little bit helps. So right now, as you can see, we have the flag, they don't. We're in a good position. So I decide to head back to base, trying to make sure that they don't grab it. As you can see on the right there are some people that seems, one guy actually started heading back. I'm confused. But I see one guy, or actually, yeah, somebody ended up grabbing. So I decided that I want to make sure that they don't reach the other side. So I peek over, I see him. Now I'm about to jump down, take care of business. Take care of business. Can't sound. I tried to make that sound gangster and I couldn't. So hit him with a repentance. He does a blade storm, so I respond with wings. Screw it. You want to start? You want to play that game? I pop wings and Guardian of the Ancient Kings and just unload on him. So recover. I got a whisper there. So recover the flag. Make sure that we get an opportunity to cap. So yeah, some of the other changes going on. Oh, just when I thought I did my job, another foe comes and grabs the flag. The same thing this time, I believe. Yep, I have some a shaman helping me out. It's a DK. We decide that we don't want him to reach the other side, and we made sure of it. Hammer to the face. But anyways, another change that's going on is our the Sanctified Retribution talent is being lowered. The max we can get from it is now 6 crit to our Hammer of Wrath whenever we pop wings. So that is going to affect our burst, so to speak. But even though I believe the whole Seal of Truth thing, that they buffed the sensor dot to like 20% extra damage, I could have swore that happened in a hotfix, but apparently they added it to, I guess they removed it and I never noticed, but they're gonna re-add it, I guess, in 4.3. So that's coming back. And then on top of that, we have the two-handed weapon specialization. We get 25% extra damage as opposed to just 20. So from what I see, we are losing maybe a little bit of burst because of that whole crit thing, but we are gaining a little bit more sustained damage, which I don't think it's so bad. I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out. Right now, jumping on this DK, we capped one in the lead. Hammer. Well, I thought I was waiting for Hammer, but it didn't happen. Some Templar's Verdict and got knocked back by the Eli Shaman. But anyways, so yeah, I'm not too bummed out there's a lot of people in the forums saying that that's it. Oh, Rep Pally, you know, rest in peace. That's it. We're done. But you know, I think it's too early to tell. Who knows what's gonna make it live when 4.3 drops. So on this rogue, he's by himself. He's not gonna do anything against us three, I think. Yeah, three versus one, and nothing going on. So we got the flag. It's 1 versus 0. So I decided to sort of hang in the middle here for a sec, just to make sure nobody grabs the flag, run up, see our flag carrier, instantly focus him, just in case I need to Word of Glory him, because you know ret off heals are retarded at times. I could swear that I'm doing lay on hands on people, just because it's how ridiculous they are. So I try to slow down and CC that warlock, but just decided to unload on him. There's a warrior right behind me. It looks like I was anticipating to give our flag carrier hand of freedom, but he's in the clear. I tried to get out of combat here to catch up, and then start peeking over to the right there, see if anybody's trying to grab the flag, or is anybody's on the way rather. And I do see what appears, yeah, I see a horde on the right there. So I go ahead of our flag carrier rather than staying with him to anticipate them possibly grabbing it. I got a hammer of justice ready if he tries to grab that flag. But if I remember correctly, things, yeah, all the way at, you know, the 10, the 5, it's the touchdown. We are now leading 2-0. And now I just got to make that commute back to try to get back into the action. So yeah, I mean, we could possibly, maybe, hopefully get something to help with mobility, even though I can't really complain so much as far as like when they say that we're susceptible to CCs. I mean, we can basically the spell slows off of us, and we do have Hand of Freedoms, even though Hand of Freedom is dispellable. But that's I figure the classes that could, as I got the crowd, I finally made it back into the action, getting on this priest, since I saw on the right there on my BG targets that it happens to be a healer. My healers must die mod didn't mark them for whatever reason, but that's another thing, folks. If you do have the healer must die, or healers have to die rather add-on, make sure to, if you also have target BGs, which I do right there on the right, I will have a future add-on video, by the way, explaining these things, so that's coming out soon. But if you do have healers have to die, always cross-check, because there's been many times before I got BG targets that I would think that something was shadow. For example, priest, for example, I would think it was shadow, unload on something else that was a higher priority to me, only to realize that thing was healing. You know, like, you know, seeing the cast bar underneath the little tidy plate thing, and it turns out that he was a healer, and I would, instead of, you know, I had wasted time before jumping on him. As right now, my healer must die did mark it, so I know that whatever. So yeah, just always make sure to cross check and such. But I feel that the classes that could dispel our stuff is just basically kind of like a rock paper scissors type situation, you know what I mean? There always has to be something that beats something. There always has to be a class's counter, I feel. If a class has no counter, I feel like it's a little bit overpowered. So, for example, mages can trump me when they, as far as like damage and CC or whatever. I understand that. Now when I do arenas, or if I'm in a BG, I, you know, take precautions when it comes to mages, or even holy priests, because they can dispel our wings. So it's hard sometimes to burst down one. I usually just try to sneak up behind them, or more rather, when I'm getting ready to engage them, I kind of like going around, kind of like if I'm about to backstab them. So if I do pop wings, oh, it's over. Well, that BG ended kind of abruptly. Just to finish off what I was talking about, I just wanted to extend this a little bit right here. Just like I was saying before, when I see anything that can dispel me, like in arenas and such, or PvP, or BGs rather, I like to approach it from behind, sort of kind of like if I'm about to backstab or something, just so that by the time they realize I pop wings, I at least got something in. Because You know, it sucks when you pop wings in their face and they're like, and they take it away right away. So you're just like, wings gone. Oh, nothing. I can't do anything. Whatever. I mean, this is also, that is situational. You know, sometimes they're in your face, sometimes whatever, but that's usually what I try to do when I do have the liberty of freedom of movement and can run up to them. Oh, and another thing coming for 4.3 that I forgot to mention is that melee overall as a whole is getting a buff in the way of many of the buffs that give attack power. For example, Blessing of Might. It's going to be, instead of 10% bonus, it's going to give you a 20% bonus. So again, like I said, it's adding more to our sustain. If we're losing a bit of our burst to get more sustain, I'm all for it. I'm all down. So anyways, if you saw on that last BG, I didn't pop wings as much. I would have probably ended up on first. I ended up on third. I would have most likely ended up in first in damage if I would have probably popped wings more. But stay tuned to the next video. You're gonna see why I didn't, why I was so, you know, hesitant of doing so. So stay tuned for the next video. I will explain to you why. Let me stop my fraps. This is just a video of you know, interruptions, I guess. Just wanted to say goodbye. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Subscribe and like the video if you like my work and my commentary, and let me know what you think of my commentary so far and the style which I'm taking and any way I can improve. I really want to hear you guys' feedback. Just let me know. Take care. Keep PvPing, guys.